Good morning. Can everyone hear me? All right, good. We tweaked the volume a little bit. This is just a 2-minute warning, so if you can take a seat, go ahead and turn your mobile phones to silent, or just turn them off. You can stay off our phones for a little bit. Enjoy each other, enjoy our presence. At the end of the meeting, you'll receive an email survey, so sometime next week asking you to rate your experience. So please fill out the survey and let us know what you thought about this annual meeting. They tell me it'll only take a few minutes. After the meeting, which is probably the most important part, but I know you're here for the exciting speeches, but after the meeting, you probably saw the lawnmower out there, donated by some of our vendors, DAS Underground Utilities, JPL, and Panel Company. So you need to stay here to win, and hopefully you have your tickets still, and we have a lot of other gifts back there. So please stay after the meeting adjourns, and we will be drawing tickets, and hopefully you'll win and take a great prize home. And we'll just get started. I see some people streaming in still. They always say to spot everyone a minute or two before you kick it off. Well, all right. Good morning again. My name's John Padalino. I'm the General Counsel and Chief Administrative Officer of Bandera Electric Cooperative. Welcome to the 84th Annual Meeting of the Membership. At this time, I'd like you to stand, if you are able, for the invocation by Board Vice Chairman Jeremy Diller. And after the invocation, please remain standing for the posting of the colors.
Thank you, John. Good morning, y'all. Really appreciate Riding the River Fellowship here. What a great venue. Thank you for hosting us. Appreciate pastors and staff that are helping with this. It's a great place. Glad to be back together. Well, will you pray with me? Heavenly Father, we are so thankful that we're able to come together in person this morning. We are grateful for the communities that make up Bandera Electric Cooperative Service Territory, and I thank you for each person here this morning. We are mindful that you are the source of all good things in our communities and in our lives. We want to pause this morning and reflect on all the goodness that you bring into our lives. We recognize that you walked with us through some hard and difficult times during the pandemic, and you are with us and you helped us through those times. Lord, we're thankful for the BEC employees that serve our communities. We ask that you bless and watch over them and their families. We're also thankful and pray for those in leadership in our communities and in our state and in our country. We thank you for the local leaders in our communities. We pray for our county commissioners, county judges, mayors, council members, school board members, elected officials. I pray you would lead and guide them. I also pray for Ms. Kathleen Jackson and her leadership at the PUC. I pray you would give her wisdom and direction as she serves in that capacity. We also pray for your protection over our police and sheriff deputies and our firefighters and our linemen. And Lord, you say in your word that you send rain to fall on the righteous and the unrighteous alike. We ask for that first part of that verse that you would send rain. Send rain and fill up Medina Lake. Send rain and fill the lakes and rivers in our communities. And send rain, Lord. We know that you're good and that we believe and that you have good plans and a bright future for us and our communities. Thank you that we can be your hands and feet to the people around us. We ask that you would be with us throughout this meeting. I thank you that you love us and care for us. We pray for your peace to rest on our communities, and we give you this meeting today. In Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Jeremy. This year, the colors are presented by American Legion Post 157 from Bandera. Our national anthem will be performed by Leslie Urita, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
If y'all will join me. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Leslie. And now join with me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, and please be seated. And welcome again. Just before we get started, if you are a Bandera Electric Co-op employee working this event, will you please stand up, make yourself known. You'll see people are wearing blue shirts. Well, yeah, thank you. Thank you for your service. Just as our safety message, we are an electric cooperative, and safety is our #1 priority. Not only safety of our employees, which is our everyday priority, but today, safety of everyone here. If we do have any kind of event, please look for someone in a BEC blue shirt, and they will escort you out of the building. At this time, I would like to introduce Kathleen Jackson, Interim Chair of the Public Utility Commission of Texas. Governor Greg Abbott appointed Ms. Jackson to serve as Interim Chair of the Public Utility Commission on June 7, 2023. She was appointed as Commissioner on August 5, 2022, and confirmed by the Texas Senate on May 26, 2023. Since joining the Commission, Jackson has spearheaded efforts to improve the energy efficiency of the state's electric grid. She previously served as a board member of the Texas Water Development Board, first appointed by Governor Rick Perry in 2014 and reappointed by Governor Abbott in 2017. Throughout her career, Jackson has represented agricultural, environmental, industrial, and wholesale supply interests, including developing and implementing water management strategies for Southeast Texas. A registered professional engineer, Ms. Jackson served as public affairs manager for one of the world's largest petroleum and petrochemical producers. She was also involved in production agriculture with her late husband, who ran a cattle operation and farmed rice. She was a member of the Lower Neches Valley Authority Board of Directors, the Texas Water Conservation Association, and participated on the Sabine and Neches River, Bay, and Estuary Environmental Flows Assessment Program Stakeholders Committee. That's a mouthful. In August 2021, Governor Abbott appointed her to the Environmental Flows Advisory Group. She is also a board member and past president of the Lamar Institute of Technology Foundation, a sustaining member of the Junior League of Belmont, a member of the Texas Farm Bureau, past president of the American Cancer Society of North Jefferson County, and a past board member of Junior Achievement of the Golden Triangle. Ms. Jackson received a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering from North Carolina State University. Please join me in welcoming Kathleen Jackson to Bandera Electric Cooperative.
It's a pleasure and it's an honor to be here today and to be part of the big show. I mean, wow, when you come off the highway, there was no question because I thought, well, golly, am I going to be able to find it? And I mean, the Texas flag, the American flag, and then when you walk inside, I mean, it felt like coming home. My late husband was a rice farmer, and so, we would go to gatherings like this, and it was really about visiting and having time with family. And I feel like, as we look across Texas today and we see, Texas is growing. I mean, we're different than any other state in the nation. And when adversity comes, we band together and we help one another because we care about one another. And so those are the kinds of values that kind of moving forward are going to help us at the end of the day to make sure that our children and our children's children, have the quality of life that I think we want them to have. We were very blessed in that we have 3 children. Our oldest went to Rice, became a chemical engineer, and then decided to kind of go over to the dark side and went to Baylor Law School. And we're very proud of him. He's working with people in West Texas that can't afford attorneys, so very much a servant's heart. Our youngest, our daughter, went to engineering school, and she has twin boys that are 5 years old, and Monday is their very first day of kindergarten, so they are super excited, and they have a new baby girl, and she and her husband both work for Valero, and then our middle child is married, and he's still in Beaumont at the Jackson family home. He is, I guess, the one that I probably lived vicariously through. He went to Baylor, he got 2 degrees, and he said, "Mom, I want to work in the plants, I want to be an operator." So I said, well, go to Lamar Institute of Technology, learn process operating, and he did, and he works that DuPont schedule, that 12-hour shift, and I will tell you, when he started out, our son, who is the attorney, and our daughter, who is the engineer, he was making more than both of them combined. So you want them to be happy. I mean, I think as parents, that's what we want. We want for our children, we want for our community. And so what I'd kind of like to share with you today is, what's going on in Austin, some of the very positive things that are ongoing, right here in your electric cooperative in your community, and a credit to your leadership. And then maybe some things that we kind of see coming in the future that we very much need people across our state to be engaged in. So first off is just a big thank you to Bandera for what you do each and every day. I mean, it's the folks who are boots on the ground that are out there, making sure that we have a dependable and reliable supply of power. And of course, in my former life, I also was engaged in water supply. And so I can tell you that people are moving to Texas every day, and nobody is bringing any water or any power with them. And so not only do we need to make sure that we are providing for the needs that we have today with the changing challenges that we have in terms of our current supply, but we also need to be able to plan for the future. And as we kind of look back and the things that have kind of impacted our state, of course, what's top of mind is the Winter Storm Uri and the devastation across the state that impacted human life. And I think the promise that all of us made to one another was that we would never, ever, ever let that happen again. And so we've been working very hard at the state level. We've been working very hard across Texas, putting those things in place that will weatherize our state. And I think Governor Abbott puts it very well. After Hurricane Harvey, there was a report that was generated called the Eye of the Storm Report. And Governor Abbott said, we need to future-proof our state. We don't know what's coming, but we need to be prepared for whatever it is. And so, number one, North Star, number one priority of the Public Utility Commission, and certainly my number one priority, is reliability. So, of course, what we saw during Winter Storm Uri was the grid could not accommodate the cold weather. We also recognize that we are in, as we are right now, record heat. And so not only do we need to be prepared for the cold temperatures, but we also need to prepare and have the grid reliable and sustainable during periods of high temperatures and, of course, with the continued growth. So there were a number of actions that came out of the state legislature. Again, the legislature is kind of like, I work for and are appointed by the governor, but we get our direction from the legislature. And so each and every time that you go to Austin, each and every time that Bandera Electric Cooperative sends representatives there that can talk to them in terms that you understand and help them to understand, then that makes the process better. And I think that's very much been a big part of our success moving forward, is that we've been able to hear from people in the field. We've been able to kind of look at what is the science and what is the data, because we know the better the data, the better the science, the better the science, the better the policy. But we also know that it also is a lot of time about perception. You know, I'm an engineer, and engineers oftentimes will tell you that it's about the data and the numbers, and I think some engineers believe that if you can just tell people, you know, give them enough data, they'll finally kind of come around and see it your way. But my mother kind of shared with me when I was growing up, she said, Kathleen, people make the most important decisions of their life, not with their mind, but with their heart. And so I think it's so important as we move forward that we not only are looking at the science and the data, but we're also asking, you know, people, what do you hear and what do you feel and what is coming from your heart? Because we need to use that to help engage people as we move forward and we kind of we address these challenges, but we also are able to do it in a very thoughtful and deliberate manner. So what are some of those things that are we doing in taking kind of thoughtful and deliberate action? Well, first of all, the state of Texas has tremendous resources. We have very talented people. We have all this technology that's out there that we never had before, and we're combining the two so that we can put forth solutions and ways that we can manage our water supply, ways that we can manage the grid that we never could in the past. And so I would tell you it's not one big answer, it's a lot of little answers. And so what is the future of power in Texas? I mean, we know that probably coal is on the out just because it's not clean burning. But we do know that nuclear, and we have a tremendous contribution to our base load from nuclear power, and there's lots of technologies on the forefront making nuclear power a different source of energy than maybe what we've ever seen before. And of course, when we bring on a nuclear plant, it runs at kind of steady state, provides kind of like base load for the grid. We also know that dispatchable generation, natural gas generation, is very much needed. Natural gas combined cycle plants now are very efficient. They're able to contribute to the grid. And of course, there's two things. Not only do you need to make sure that you have enough megawatts out there, but you have to be able to maintain the frequency. So having that dispatchable supply of power is important so that we can do both. And then, of course, we know that Texas has a tremendous amount of wind. We also are seeing solar growing every day, and that kind of renewable energy in conjunction with the dispatchable generation, kind of looking for what is that will provide us the reliability that we need. So if the sun is not shining and the wind is not blowing, we have that dispatchable generation that we can bring, that we have available to us to keep the lights on. And at the same time, we're looking at the resources of renewable energy in terms of being able to make available to the ratepayers that very affordable power that we have that comes with renewable energy. So if you will, it's kind of a balancing act. And a lot of what the responsibility is of the Public Utility Commission is to kind of look at where we are today and where do we see the market design. Texas is unique across the country in that the ERCOT market is a competitive market. Most of the other, well, all of the other ISOs across the nation have basically, if you will, kind of thrown in the towel. But we believe that competition is good. Competition promotes innovation, and innovation is what's best for the ratepayer, and it's what's best for the long-term future of our state. So when we consider what is next on the grid, what do we need to incentivize? We feel like that it's very important to incentivize investment in dispatchable generation, and so having that revenue stream to add on to what we call our energy-only market is important, so that investors, when they come to Texas, they feel like that they can be successful, they can get a return on their investment. At the same time, you use that so that we could also incorporate wind and solar. And so as people are considering, as they do every day, you know, do I want to live in Texas? Do I want to move my business to Texas? Do I want to raise my family in Texas? The answer continues to be a resounding yes. And so we're working on something right now at the commission to develop what's called a reliability standard. And I think this is, you know, as we've talked about, is our North Star. So I just wanted to spend a few minutes and kind of take you through that in a little bit more detail, because I think it's important. I also think it kind of demonstrates in my mind that we are, you know, starting at the right place we need to be and asking the right questions, which oftentimes, as you know, when you have a challenge, it's very important to spend time and define what it is that you need to solve before you actually start moving forward and working on it. So if we ask about reliability and we say, okay, well, what is the current standard across the nation? They will tell you it is it is a frequency standard. It's one event in 10 years. And so that was kind of like first up on the table. Let's consider that. And, you know, if you go back and you look at Uri, okay, Uri would have been one event in 10 years. It would have met that standard. So I think if you would ask people, does that meet your expectation, they would have a resounding, no, it doesn't to that. So we had to kind of roll up our sleeves and think about this in maybe a broader sense. Again, no surprise to Texans doing something different and standing out and, you know, stepping to the plate in a way that other states hadn't in the past, other regions hadn't in the past. And we said, really what we need to be thinking about is not just frequency, but also duration and also the intensity or the magnitude of the event. So the first decision that was, the first thing that was kind of studied was, okay, what do we think that looks like? Let's go get the kind of the blessing of the ERCOT board. The ERCOT board then came to the PUC. We said, yes, that is the approach we need to take. That, if you will, is kind of like your first box in the workflow diagram from an engineering standpoint. Check the box, move on. So as you move through the process, you need to kind of define what is going to be your analytical approach. I mean, what kind of data are you going to consider? I mean, what are you going to allow as kind of an outlier? And so the ERCOT team went back, took a look at what was available out there, made a recommendation, again, went to the board, came to the PUC, made that decision, put that in the box, on to the next one. A lot of the work that is done in terms of evaluating future market design elements is based on data and information that we have, kind of looking at what we have experienced in the past, as well as projecting what we think we're going to have in the future. And no surprise here, we do modeling. And of course, you know, modeling is only good as the inputs that you put in. And so, you know, it's key that we continue to update that. It's key that we can think about, you know, what's going to happen in the future in maybe broader terms than what we have in the past. And so part of what the next step was is, well, let's look at, you know, what does the future look like? And we don't want to just look at one resource mix, which is a specified amount of combustion cycle or natural gas capacity and maybe a specific amount of wind and a specific amount of solar. We need to look at many, many combinations. And so going through the abundance of combinations, they said, okay, here are the first, if you will, about 50 that we think are appropriate. You have any others that you'd like to consider? Let's go run this, see what the results are. Of course, what they're looking at is, from a reliability standpoint, what is that cost versus the benefit? So that's the step that we are right now in working through those scenarios. Very quickly, we will kind of get the results of those and analyze those, see if we want to fine-tune or do other scenarios, with the idea of coming back with a recommendation to the ERCOT board and then on to the PUC to actually define what is that reliability standard that meets the expectation of the folks across Texas. And of course, along the way, we'll run studies, value of lost load, as well as, you know, do a survey and talk to people about what it is in meeting their expectations. So setting the standard first, and then at the same time, moving forward with something that is very important to the legislature. And I will tell you that there are senators and representatives that when you go in and talk with them, it's like the conversation begins and the conversation ends with, tell me about real-time co-optimization. And I think this has tremendous opportunity. It's something that we are currently working on, we're moving forward, and that takes the most cost-effective form of energy that is available at that given time and optimizes it through utilizing technology so that we have the reliability that we want and that we expect. At the same time, for the ratepayer, we are paying the least amount of money, so it optimizes the energy source at any given time, giving what the resource mix is at that particular time, taking in transmission and the other constraints that we have. There are a number of other things that we're working on within the competitive market. You have what's called ancillary services, which is we want to make certain products available to the market so that we can, again, make the overall ability of the system to perform, to meet the reliability, but at the same time be the least cost. And so we are working on what some of those are today, and also taking a look at how effective are some of those that have been working in the past. Again, continuing to think about, okay, what do we have today? What do we need for the future? And what are those actions that we need to take to get there? So I think the message can pretty much be summed up as, we're taking the combined resources of the state. We have a tremendous resource. We are definitely working together as a team. We're taking thoughtful and deliberate action, and we're not going to stop until the job is done. So I think I'm very encouraged. I feel like we've got the right people in the right place, and I am particularly very appreciative of the input that we get from our stakeholders, not just the people who are in the industry, but the special effort that I know that Bandera Electric Co-op has made in actually, coming to Austin, going to some of the hearings, making themselves available. I will tell you that in my mind, that makes all the difference in the world. It's wonderful to have people that kind of enter Austin and kind of carry your message, but when you walk through the door and they look at you, and particularly if it's your state representative or your state senator and you are a constituent and you can tell them, they know you are telling them exactly as it is, that makes all the difference. So that makes it better, not just for your community, but it makes it better for the state as a whole. So I really appreciate the effort and would encourage you to continue to do that kind of moving forward. I wanted to kind of just brief you on one last thing. And this kind of happened, I think, kind of in the early days of when I came over to the PUC, which has been almost about a year ago. And I was given the task of taking on energy efficiency. And I thought that was just a perfect opportunity, at least for me, because having worked in the water world, I had a special place in my heart for water conservation. And of course, we know that, the cheapest form of a new water supply is that water that you don't use that you're able to conserve. And so being able to kind of look at where are we in Texas in terms of how efficiently we're using the energy that we already have, and then what kind of steps can we take in order to move forward and enhance energy efficiency was something that I was very honored to have been asked to kind of head up, and something that I really have a passion for. And one of the first kind of, groups that kind of walked through the door was Bandera Electric Co-op. And you think about it, you've got the city of Houston, you've got Dallas, you've got all of these huge big players, taking on and each and every day using, thousands, tens of thousands of megawatts. And then here's Bandera Electric Co-op, and they walk through the door, and it's like, let us tell you what we're doing on energy efficiency. And they explained that, the whole process started, a number of years ago with an ag grant, $4 million. And they kind of explained how they had taken that investment and utilized it to come up with a program that, in my mind, is kind of like, it's top of class. It's something that we need to take and share with communities across Texas. The ability to come in and do that energy audit, the software that's available so you can actually see, what is happening within your home or your business, and then making that determination of what you want to do, to invest, having the co-op actually say, hey, we will partner with you, seeing the value of investing in, we're talking a lot in Texas about investing in the supply side, new generation, but also recognizing that there are things we can do on the demand side to help out as well. So I was very excited to hear what y'all are doing. Really commend you for that, encourage you to keep it up, and hopefully you can share it with other folks across the state. So I think it's exciting times in Texas. There are a lot of things that we are doing right. I absolutely believe in my heart that at the end of the day, we are so blessed by great leadership, people who each and every day, we care about one another. We want to make the right decisions. We believe that, it's about, going in and getting the science and the data to drive the policy, and that we absolutely have to kind of execute to that process. And so, things are only as good as the people who are engaged in them. And so, I would just, again, thank you for everything that y'all do each and every day to keep the lights on. I know when the going gets tough and your neighbors need help, you're always there to help them, and it's just wonderful to have the opportunity to be able to kind of visit today with a co-op. Again, my late husband was a rice farmer, and when it was time to get the crop in, everybody pulled in together. If you had a piece of equipment that broke down, well, you'd ask the neighbor, and they would maybe lend you theirs if they had it. So, it's a different mindset. It's something that, everything that you do each and every day in terms of your the input that you make, the forward thinking that you are doing for the future, as well as what you're doing to keep the rates low, are, benefiting your members, and it's benefiting people across our state. So, a pleasure to be here, to be at the big show, and I'll be here, and after the presentation, and if any of y'all have things that you have special thoughts and ideas about, I would love to hear from you either today or any time that you wanted to kind of reach out. So thanks a lot for having me, and it is a pleasure and an honor to be here with y'all today.
Well, speaking of having the right people in the right place, we're very excited that you are chair of the Utility Commission. We're excited to hear when the governor named you as chair, when Mr. Lake stepped down. So we feel like we have a friend up in Austin. Thank you, Kathleen. It's now time for the business portion of our meeting. So the bylaws of the co-op state that if we have more than 1,000 members, and so today, when we sent out the ballots a few weeks ago, we had 29,201 members. So if we have more than 1,000 members, we need 150 people in person, 150 members in person, or by mail-in ballot to have a quorum, so we can have business here at the meeting. We have over 150 members in person, so congratulations, and we received over 1,500 mail-in ballots. Therefore, we do have a quorum, and I declare the meeting officially open. At this time, I would like to call on Board Chairman Michael Edwards to preside over today's annual meeting.
Thank you, John, and good morning, everyone. It's really good to see you here. Thank you for attending BEC's 84th annual meeting. Our vision at BEC is reimagining rural America, and our mission is lighting the grid to empower our members. At this time, I'd like to introduce our board of directors via a short video.
Well, actually, looking back historically, when co-ops first came about, companies were not paying attention to the people in the rural area, so citizens had to band together and create organizations like electric co-ops, like BEC. And since 1938, we've been providing electricity to the area.
Yeah, so in the 4 years that I've been on the board, if I kind of roll it back for the 10 years that we've been here, it's very clear that there is a transitioning happening. The growth here is phenomenal. Even in times when maybe the economy isn't the greatest, we are continuing to see pretty stout growth, and I think that's going to continue to happen.
You know, the world, as we all know, is a changing place, rapidly changing, and the world of electricity, the world of electrification is also changing. Part of what I wanted to help be a part of is not just to meet the challenges of today, but to figure out what those challenges are going to be tomorrow.
The industry has dramatically changed. So the question is, to what extent does the cooperative, through the strategic thinking process of the board, that's our job, how do we stay contemporary?
My goals for BEC are, if we start at the basic level, fundamentally, to keep the members of BEC happy and that they will trust BEC that we provide safe and reliable and affordable services. But in today's environment, that's no longer enough.
I think BEC sets itself apart in that we're really forward-thinking and proactive, and we try to anticipate members' needs and issues. And so, two examples would be broadband internet, which I already mentioned, but then also solar.
We surveyed our members back in 2016, 2017 for what they wanted, and what they wanted was fiber, and we went after that. We figured out how to do that for our members. We're a company that's there to serve. We serve through multiple components of the business. We continue to work to improve reliability through technology, support our members through solar, energy efficiency, energy management, our ApolloWare program, which is a home energy management system that helps you manage your electricity. All those are things that you don't find in the average co-op.
From investor-owned utilities to co-ops, the number one thing is to provide good, reliable service. And I think the service records of Bandera show that they're in the excellent. Not only the quality of service, the price of the service. And when people see what it's like in other areas of Texas, we're looking pretty good.
I mean, I remember there was someone on Route 46 had a sign made, and it said something to the effect of, "Thank you for bringing us broadband, you know, we're excited." So here's someone, a member, invested additional resources of his own just to say thank you. I don't know that members understand how that significantly impacts Bandera Electric in a very positive way.
You know, the real interesting thing about how BEC supports the community is that BEC is the community. BEC is owned by its members. They are the member owners. Talk about BEC and the community, it's one and the same.
Concern for community is one of the 7 cooperative principles by which the organization lives. The fact that BEC provides safe electricity and broadband services in a remarkably reliable and affordable manner is a support to the community, because from that we get a better functioning community, and you and I have access to a network of businesses and services that we wouldn't have otherwise.
We support schools, libraries, volunteer fire departments. The community really thrives from a lot of that support.
BEC is probably one of the larger employers in the service area. We're, it's largely a small business community, but so we're a great employer providing jobs for a lot of people. And I'm also proud of the way that BEC supports the community, whether it's through supporting local charitable organizations, participating in community events, giving educational experiences to young people. It's a very community-oriented organization.
We like to support and give back in our community. A couple of different examples are scholarships that we provide to our students. We provide a roundup program where we are able to assist people and charities and other entities that are doing good work. We're involved in the youth tour for sending the kids to Washington, D.C. to get to experience that. So we try as an organization to be involved, give back, just be available to our members.
Our members, of which there's about 28, 29,000 actual members. I would like for them to maybe be more engaged with their cooperative, talk to us, ask questions. It's a democratic business model. Get involved. Remember, it's your co-op. You own it.
Again, I'm Michael Edwards, representing District 8, and it is my honor to serve as the board chairman for Bandera Electric Cooperative. I'll now call on Bill Hetherington to provide the CEO report.
Thank you, Michael. It's great to be back. It's great to see everybody in person again after this 4 years. I want to thank again Kathleen for her leadership at the Public Utility Commission. I know we're all in good hands with her at the helm. This is our 84th annual membership meeting. I want to thank all of the employees who are here, as John reiterated. And as social beings, the human connection is essential for our emotional, mental, and physical well-being. It enriches our lives, supports us through challenges, and helps us grow as individuals. Cultivating meaningful connection with others is a fundamental aspect of being human. Later this year, on October 14th, 2023, and then again on April 8th, 2024, 2 solar eclipses will draw the world's attention to the Hill Country communities. As our gaze turns skyward for this rare and brief occurrence, we will be part of a shared human connection and the sense of awe that comes with witnessing an eclipse. I hope that you will take time with your friends, family, and community to enjoy this spectacle. I remember the first time I gazed up into the Hill Country night sky and saw the magnificent beauty of a star-filled dark sky. It was amazing, inspirational, and very unique. More than 90% of the world's population lives under a dome of light pollution. An increased amount of light at night lowers melatonin production, which can result in sleep deprivation, fatigue, headaches, stress, anxiety, and other health problems. In 2016, BEC committed to adhering to outdoor lighting guidelines recommended by the Dark Skies International community. This community emphasizes the benefits of reducing light pollution, including energy conservation, cost savings, health benefits, improved visibility for stargazing, and the promotion of natural behaviors in wildlife. Last year and again this year, we are seeing weather extremes. Unusually cold winters. We've had 3 named events in the last 2 years. And prolonged, hot, dry summers, which have last year pushed our electric sales to record levels. We continue to see strong growth both in electric members and in broadband members. For electric services, we crossed the 40,000 meter mark, reflecting a 3% growth in membership. And our high-speed broadband service continues to grow at double-digit growth rates, crossing the 12,000 member milestone earlier this year, along with achieving a 50% penetration rate. We have fiber broadband available now to more than 82% of our membership. And while we haven't been able to get to everyone, we will be pursuing opportunities associated with the $3.3 billion federal broadband allocation to Texas. Unfortunately, these funds won't be available until early 2025. For BEC to serve all its members, we must pursue funding and grants, because in 2019 a law was passed preventing BEC from using electric revenues to fund broadband deployments. However, if you don't have BEC fiber broadband, you are still benefiting due to the margin contribution. In 2022, BEC fiber generated more than $3.4 million in net margin. While growth exceeded expectation and continues to be strong, we did see supply chain disruption, increasing in material prices, along with pressures from increasing interest rates and inflation. BEC is not immune to inflation, increases in interest rates, and the impacts of supply chain disruption. We have seen ERCOT transmission costs increase 100% over the last 4 years, We have seen cost of distribution transformers increase 70% in the last 6 months alone, and delivery times for some equipment has gone from a few weeks to several months. On the wholesale electric side, we have seen electricity prices jump 15.8% in the last 18 months as wholesale market becomes more volatile due to the weather. All of these factors required us to raise electric rates for the first time in 10 years. Even after this rate change, BEC's electric rates will be an estimated 10% below the average electric co-op rate in the state of Texas. Over the last 10 years, BEC has invested more than $100 million in grid infrastructure and technology to improve reliability and resiliency. BEC continues to rank in the top 10% of Texas utilities with respect to distribution system reliability. We have diversified our power supply, resulting in energy savings of more than $5.81 million since 2018. Along with the variety of rate and payment programs to help our members save money and provide better convenience, we offer solar and energy storage products to our membership. Residential solar at BEC saves more than $260,000 annually in power costs. And we're one of the only, or very few, in the United States that offers an energy efficiency program, one that allows zero or near zero interest rate financing on energy efficiency improvements for the home on the electric bill. This program has been hugely popular, and we have loaned out more than $9 million since the program began. The members who are involved in this program have collectively saved more than $246,000 annually, and BEC saves another $130,000 again in reduced power costs. This helps reduce the grid cost, and our members reduced actually 2.4 million kilowatt hours. We're hearing a lot of discussions today about artificial intelligence. And while the potential benefits are substantial, there is much more research to be done. I recently asked an artificial intelligence bot called ChatGPT, what is the benefit of being a member of an electric co-op? The answer came back in summary, quote, overall, being part of an electric cooperative offers a more community-oriented, member-focused experience with an emphasis on providing affordable and reliable electricity while considering the unique needs of the local area. I feel this is a pretty good answer, pretty scary that the computer knows that. For BEC, though, our commitment to our members is more than just providing electricity or broadband or other products and services. Our commitment is to improve the quality of life and to enhance the unique benefits of living in the Texas Hill Country. In our area, the uniqueness of having dark skies, affordable and reliable electricity, renewable energy, and access to high-speed internet all combine to strengthen our community. And having a strong community provides a foundation for a bright and sustainable future. Thank you very much. And I will call on Michael Edwards to come back.
I'm going to deviate from our script here slightly, and Bill doesn't know anything about this. So Bill, I would ask you to come back up here, please. Last month, we passed a significant milestone. Bill has been leading Bandera Electric for 10 years, and so the board would like to recognize that. A resolution recognizing a decade of service to the members of Bandera Electric Cooperative by William Hetherington. Whereas Bandera Electric Cooperative, Inc.'s mission is lighting the grid to empower our members, which stretches from Real County to Kendall County, includes all or part of 7 counties in the whole country of Central Texas. And whereas the vision of Bandera Electric Cooperative is the reimagining rural America, And whereas William Hetherington devoted the past 10 years of his career to lighting the grid and empowering the cooperative's members as General Manager and Chief Executive Officer of Bandera Electric. And whereas under the leadership, the cooperative maintained reliable and affordable electric service without a rate increase for a period of 10 years, despite extreme weather conditions, an unprecedented period of inflation and cost increases. And whereas under the leadership and furtherance of the mission, the cooperative deployed high-speed broadband internet service, renewable and energy-efficient options, and options to finance renewables and energy-efficient improvements to supplement the cost of power, to ensure that the electric rate charged to the cooperative members continues to be amongst the lowest in Texas, and to be a significant source of economic development in the 7-county service area. Now be it resolved that the Board of Directors of Bandera Electric Cooperative do hereby acknowledge a decade of service, leadership, and achievement by William Hetherington, and be it further resolved that on behalf of the members of the cooperative, the board expresses its deep appreciation, and be it finally resolved that in recognition of this service, the Board of Directors hereby declares today, 12 August 2023, William Hetherington Appreciation Day. Back to the script. So again, thank you, Bill. I now call upon the board secretary and treasurer, Kurt Solis, to read the notice of the meeting and proof of mailing.
On the way. I've got to find the right page here. Hang on. Well, thank you, Michael. On the 27th day of July, 2023, the cooperative mailed each member a notice of the annual meeting taking place today. The annual report includes a true and correct copy of the meeting notice. So our next order of business is therefore the reading of the minutes of the annual meeting held last year on 13 August 2022. However, since copies of these minutes have been distributed to members through the annual report, I would like to now entertain a motion to dispense with the reading of those minutes, if the membership so wishes. So I'll need a motion, if someone would care to entertain that. We have a motion, and I'll need a second to that motion. And we have a second, thank you for that. And then we'll need a vote, and all in favor would raise your hand by saying aye. Oh, I think we have a unanimous vote. So the minutes have been suspended. Thank you. Am I done?
In 1938, rural Texas was in the dark. But electricity was coming, and life would never be the same. Bandera Electric is dedicated to enriching our members' lives while preserving the traditions of the Texas Hill Country. Peaceful, beautiful, resilient. This is our home. Here, we don't sacrifice beauty for technology. Through power, connection, and conservation, BEC will continue to bring innovation to our members while staying true to our way of life. Empowering our members with the freedom to grow, cultivating community, enhancing education, providing opportunities for advancement. Together, we are reimagining rural America. We are BEC.
At this time, I would like call your attention to the annual report, which was provided to all members via the Texas Co-op Power and online. Our annual report contains the management and financial reports for 2022. If you have any questions regarding the 2022 annual report, please speak with a member of the board or staff following the meeting. It is now time for John to share the election results.
All right, thank you, Michael. So you heard that the sixth cooperative principle was concern for community, and another cooperative principle is democratic participation in your co-op. And we do that principle by electing our board of directors every year who manage the co-op. And so the way it works is we have 9 directors. We number the districts 1 through 9. And every year we elect 3 directors to serve a 3-year term. So this year, the membership considered for election the directors for districts 1, 2, and 3. The way you get on the ballot. So we have current directors who are incumbents. If they so choose, they can be placed on the ballot. And then every year in each district, we send out letters to all the membership. So in districts 1, 2, and 3, we mailed all the membership and let them know that an election was coming up. And if they wanted to, they could fill out a petition, gather 100 or more signatures from members, and then they go through a qualification process and they can get on the ballot. So this year, in District 1, we did not have any petition candidates, so Robert Aguirre was our incumbent director on the ballot for District 1. In District 2, we did have a petition candidate who met all the qualifications and was on the ballot, Brittany Hicks, and we also had our incumbent, Francis Fran Lau, for District 2. In District 3, we had only an incumbent on the ballot, Jeff Slocum. And I kind of went through all of that because I have the election results and we do a survey, and one of the comments that I see on there is, why don't we get more than one candidate? So now you know the process. The bylaws are on the website and you can look at those at your leisure and look out for that letter if you're in districts 4, 5, and 6 for next year. The way we conduct the election is using a third-party independent company called Survey and Ballot Systems. They tabulated all the votes received by yesterday's 11 a.m. deadline. And so in District 1, Robert Aguirre won with 2,561 votes. He got 100%. I'll skip to District 3. Jeff Slocum won with 2,541 votes. And in District 2, where we had 2 opponents, Fran Lau received 1,605 votes, and Brittany Hicks received 1,298 votes. Fran Lau is your District 2 representative. And with that, congratulations to everybody. I will now entertain a motion to approve the vote. Got a motion, and I'll need a second. Got a second, thank you. And if all in favor of approving the motion to approve the vote, please raise your hand or say aye. Aye. I think the ayes have it. The motion has passed. And now we have completed the business portion of the annual meeting. I think what I told the marketing team was I was going to try to do a selfie with you all. So we're going to try this. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So if you're a Longhorn out there, go ahead and hook 'em horns. All right, there we go. We got the selfie. And so what I need to do, unless you all want to stay all day, is I need a motion. And actually, you can keep staying, because remember, if you stay, then we do the raffle. But we can stay in the business portion unless you want to move to adjourn the meeting. Does anyone move? Okay, I got a bunch of motions, and I need a second. All right, and all in favor, raise your hand or say aye. All right, the motion has carried. So again, reminder, in just a few minutes, once we kind of get sorted out, we're going to draw for more than $10,000 in donated prizes. Again, you must be present to win. And just as a reminder, if you have any questions, staff are in the blue BEC shirts. The board is all sitting right up here and a couple up here, and the executives are around. So if you have any questions, please let us know. And I would now like you to ask you to stand, if you are able, for the retiring of the colors by American Legion Post 157. All right, thank you all very much for attending. Each member has a ticket for when they registered this morning, so just stay tuned and pull out that ticket and watch the screen to see if you're a winner. Thank you very much.
Wander around, huh? Ready? All right, everyone, the exciting part begins. Who's ready? Do you have your tickets? Everybody's got them? Okay, so Miss Kelly here is going to go ahead. This is for a $100 Walmart gift card. We all would like that, wouldn't we? Okay. Thank you. All right, get ready. Here we go. 2, 7, 8, 3, 8, 6. 3, 8, 6. I see a hand. Woo! Sir, if you'll come up to the front and meet with Miss Callie here at the table. Shannon, if you don't mind getting another member relations member to help Callie, please. Next prize. Let's make sure it's legit first, right? The next prize, it looks like it'll be a $100 Bass Pro gift shop card. All right, are we ready? 2, 7, 8, 6, 9, 1. 6, 9, 1. Might be somebody in the back, you never know. 6, 9, 1. Going once. Going twice. All right, it's gone. Let's try again. Thank you, Callie. Last three numbers. 3, 8, 1. 3, 8, 1. Hey, there we go. Congratulations. There we go. And once again, I want to say it was nice seeing a lot of y'all in person again, so thank you for coming. A lot of new faces. Appreciate you coming out. Looks like we have another $100 Bass Pro gift card. Thank you. Last three numbers, 700. 700. Hey, I hear some noise. I see hands. We'll keep it moving. They can come up and verify. All right, next we have a $100 Amazon gift card. Save that for Christmas, right? Birthday gifts, or yourself. All right, you ready? 733. 733. There we go. All right. Congratulations. All right, we're going to go for a $100 Visa gift card this time. You can spend anywhere. Thank you. All right, last three numbers. 686. 686. Hey, there we go. All right, thank you. Let's go for another $100 Visa gift card. Thank you. Last three numbers, 729. 729, all right. You know, when he walked in, I said, woohoo, we have a Coastie and you're going to win today. Thank you for your service, sir. Let's do it again. $100 Visa gift card. Six, 9, 3. 6, 9, 3. In the back. All right. Come on to the front, sir. We've got another one. It's a $100 Visa gift card. Last three numbers is 3, 4, 7. 3, 4, 7. There we go. You might have to buy lunch after this. Not for everybody. We've got one more $100 Visa gift card. Seven, 8, 2. 7, 8, 2. Hey! I love that. Let the excitement continue. $150 at HEB. That's a good one, right? Here we go. We ready? 6, 2, 5. 6, 2, 5. Hey! Don't worry, we've got another one. $150 HEB card. If you win this, you're in charge of Thanksgiving dinner. $7, 4, 9. 7, 4, 9 in the back. There we go. All right, congratulations. Looks like our next one will be $150 there at Walmart. Thank you. 5, 5, 4. Hey, there we go. Let's do that again. Another card for $150 at Walmart. Ready? 709. There you are. I see you. 709 wins. All right, let's up it a little bit. What do you think? $300 at HEB? Hey, I like that. Now we all get to go to Thanksgiving at your house if you win this. All right. 7, 4, 1. 7, 4, 1. All right. Let's do another $300. This time let's do it at Walmart. You get lots of goodies. 6, 2, 3. 6, 2, 3. Do I see a hand? All right. Nice. Congratulations. Okay. Looks like we have a JBL Bluetooth portable speaker next. These little things are loud. You can take them anywhere. And they're waterproof as well. Am I correct? Take it in the shower if you want. 703. 703. Is that somebody? Woo! All right. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's give away a BEC Fiber Arctic cooler. So while you're streaming the internet, and you're having your party, and everybody's on your internet, you can have all your cool drinks in there. Because BEC Fiber can handle it, right? 587. 587. Woo! I think that's one of our employees just kind of helping out in the back. Okay, we have some customized BEC cornhole boards. I don't know if you noticed them in the back. Remember that party everybody's having? It's Thanksgiving, birthday parties, your Bluetooth speaker, and the cornhole set. Here we go. 376. 376. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's go for a Fitbit Versa number 4. Fitbit Versa 4. 6, 4, 8. Hey, 6, 4, 8. Way in the back. How about an Apple iPad? Anybody interested in that? Here we go. Six, 0, 3. 603. There we go. All right. Got the iPad. All right. Keep the goodies coming. A GoPro Hero 9. This is waterproof as well, correct? Yes. So for that vacation you've been needing, the number is 567. 6. 566. There we go. Winner, winner. Okay, I know a few of y'all were eyeballing that pizza oven in the back. It's time. Here we go. Pizza oven. Thank you. 3, 6, 7. 3, 6, 7. All right. Gotcha. Okay. Remember that party we're all envisioning, right? So now we've got the outdoor projector with the screen package. This is pretty neat. All the kids love this. Well, when it's cooler, not now. All right, so the number is 340. 340. All right. Whoa, we're down to the last 3. Who's waiting for that TV? Let's do it now. What do you say? 65-inch smart TV. Connect to your easy BEC fiber internet. Easily, by the way. 3, 6, 6. In the back, there we go. All right, give them a round of applause. That's a pretty big TV. Let's keep the party going. We've got a Traeger grill. These are nice. Seven, 4, 6. 7, 4, 6. Woo! Grand prize. Are we ready? Once again, I want to thank our sponsors with DAS and JPL on this one, and panel. So there are a few of our contractors that sponsor these. So that's DAS, who do electric and fiber. We've got panel for the contracting on the tree trimming. And we also have JPL who help us with all our big projects. Are we ready? Drum roll, right? 3. Eight. 8. Rita! All right, congratulations. Thank you again for coming. Thank you so much. Right here. She's got it right there. 388, you got it. Congratulations. Thank y'all again. Be safe on your ride home.